Grindal worms are small white relatives of earthworms. They are prolific, easy to culture, and appeal to a wide variety of fish, as well as to many aquatic and terrestrial amphibians and invertebrates. Here is one common method of culturing Grindal worms. Supplies: a culture container with a tight-fitting lid, such as a plastic food saver container. A small piece of aquarium filter padding. A piece of plastic or glass that fits inside the container, resting on top of and covering most of the substrate. Enough ground coconut fiber to fill the container 1 or more inches deep. Ground coconut fiber is widely available in pet stores as compressed bricks, sold for use as reptile and amphibian bedding. The bricks need to be soaked in water before use. A spray bottle of dechlorinated water. Dry kitten food or dry high-quality dog food. A starter culture. Setup. First, add some ventilation holes to the lid. Plug the holes with aquarium filter floss to discourage flying insects from entering the culture. Add 1 to 2 inches of moist ground coconut fiber. It should be damp to the touch, but not soaked. When squeezed, it should form a ball and release a small amount of water. Add your starter worms and a small amount of food. Mist the substrate and the food. Add the substrate cover and finally the tight-fitting lid. Maintenance. Lift the glass or plastic panel and place food under it approximately every 24 hours. Spray the food to moisten it. If the worms do not finish the food in 24 hours, feed less. If the worms finish the food in much less than 24 hours, feed a little more. Every few months, it is important to remove and replace half of the substrate with fresh coconut fiber. The old substrate may be used to start another culture or used as compost in a garden. Harvesting. Lift the glass or plastic panel and use a cotton swab to scrape the worms from the underside of it. Swish them in a small container of water. Let the worms sink to the bottom of the container, then pour off most of the water to remove the remains of food and or coconut fiber particles before feeding the worms to your fish. If necessary, this process can be repeated. You can pour the rinsed worms along with the water directly into your tank. If you prefer, if left to settle for a few minutes, the worms tend to congregate into small clumps in the water. You can then use an eyedropper or turkey baster to collect the clumps of worms to feed your fish.